And good morning. Welcome to Hot Seat. My guest is no stranger to Your Vote Counts Hot Seat fans. Collin Walke, good to see you.
Good to see you, Scott.
Now, you're no longer in the legislature. You're now in private practice at Hall Estill, and your specialty is data and security. We're going to talk about that. But today I want to talk about artificial intelligence, AI. A lot of recent articles I'm reading have commentators who understand this saying AI could be an existential threat to human beings, like the comets or the movie War Games, those sorts of things. So let's break it down to the simplest pieces about what AI is and why the hysteria about it.
Yeah, the hysteria about it is because all artificial intelligence is an algorithm, which is basically a recipe. And as a result of the recipe, whatever you put into it will come out on the other side. And so the concern with artificial intelligence is if you put bad data in at the beginning, you're going to get bad data out at the back.
GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage
right?
in, garbage out. Absolutely.
Also, racism, not object sort of data. I mean, that's the concern because it's a model using data, and if the data is bad
then you get bad results. For example, there was recently a case in federal court where an attorney used artificial intelligence to draft his brief and cited to 4 fictional cases, and that lawyer then got sanctioned because the artificial intelligence isn't necessarily giving you facts or the truth. Artificial intelligence is simply giving you the garbage in, garbage out scenario.
Okay. So now, and I'm sure that there are other law firms are starting to look at this. I mean, you're heading up a specialty at a firm that's well known in Oklahoma. So this apparently is not just something for the science nerds to be talking about. This has real life applications and real life problems.
Absolutely. So, for example, there's a great movie that I would recommend people who are interested in watching called Coded Bias, and that talks about facial recognition. So if you've ever gone to the airport and gone through customs, for example, it takes a scan of your face, a biometric information imprint. And the thing is that when you use artificial intelligence to try and identify human beings, the problem is that it's often biased. And so as a result, if you are a person of color, then it is more likely that you will be wrongly identified in an artificial intelligence facial scanning program than you would if you were Caucasian, because the data utilized to create that artificial intelligence program was predominantly white. So it was really good at identifying white faces, but not people of color.
So AI can become biased as well pretty easily.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's one real world example. Now, we've started seeing people like the guy who created ChatGPT. It's one of those AI programs that people are using and misusing, right? He went to Congress the other day and basically was saying, please, Mr. Congress, Mrs. Congress, regulate us. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so that's Sam Altman from OpenAI, and OpenAI is who created ChatGPT. And just like Mr. Zuckerberg did when Facebook came under scrutiny from the federal government, he went to the Capitol Hill and said, please regulate us. The problem is they say one thing and do another, because just a few days after Sam Altman testified in front of Congress, he then spoke about the fact that OpenAI and ChatGPT are getting ready to remove themselves from the European Union because they're being regulated. So the proof is in the pudding that they don't really want to be regulated. They're just telling the federal government, please do this as a show of good faith to the community, not any real intention to do so.
Well, that was a PR move.
It was absolutely a PR move.
Okay, and so if Congress were to start looking at regulating OpenAI, they would start pushing back.
Yes, and for example, more than 50,000 scientists, entrepreneurs, and engineers, including the good old capitalist Elon Musk, for those doubters out there, right, recently wrote a letter that said, please do not deploy any further artificial intelligence products to the public out of severe concerns about algorithmic manipulation and the creation of deepfake videos, which we're starting to see the proliferation of, right? And so these 50,000 people signed off on this letter that says, for the next 6 months, quit sending stuff out to the public because of this existential threat that we face.
Collin Walke, special counsel at Hall Estill, and I'm really tickled that you're here today. We have this sort of discussion, which, by the way, wouldn't be having this discussion, it hadn't been for 40 some odd years ago. Your Uncle Brian Walke, rest in peace, said, hey, Mitchell, you should be doing this.
There you go, and you're great at it.
Thanks very much, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Hot Seat. See this again at news9.com/YourVoteCounts, and follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, @Mitchell Talks.